Holy crap! I prized 2 snow runs and had a 5 prize card turn with a Devo play. Wow. Hello, and welcome to the first episode of, I don't know what we're even gonna call this yet. We're gonna be playing some Pokemon TCG Live. I have not been playing this version of the TCG for super long, but I have been playing the basic trading card game for, like, decades now. About 2 decades. I competed in Midwest Regionals when I was, like, 12, way back in the league. And I took a very large break all the way up until just this year when I started getting back into Pokemon. But all the rules and stuff are pretty well ingrained into my brain. Now, the only thing is, there have been a lot of things that have been added, and I just don't know. A lot of the cards are new to me, so we're gonna get into that a little bit, but I have been practicing, and with the new release of Prismatic Evolutions, there's a bunch of decks that we're gonna be seeing that I have just not seen yet. So, the deck that we're going to be going into today, we are going to be playing a Frozen Lake spread deck, is what I like to call it. That's going to be using mostly Frostlass for damage between every single turn. You're going to be putting at least 1 damage counter on each Pokemon that has an ability. It's really strong versus certain decks, but there are some decks that it will just flop over against. I think it's Roaring Moon that this deck tends to have a hard time against because typically they're playing a lot of the Baby and the EX, and neither of those have abilities. So Frostlass doesn't do super great against those kinds of matchups. But Frostlass does do very, very good against most other decks that are out there. Anything that has an ability, it's going to be good against. If you get 3 of these on your bench, 4 of them on your bench in a perfect world, you're doing a ton of damage. Now, the only other thing that would help out is some kind of attack that could do the same thing, so we're running Uxie, a Pokemon that puts 2 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon for just 1 Psychic Energy. This can be really, really strong if your opponent has a lot of Pokemon on their bench, and especially in Terrapagos type stuff, you're going to be having so many bench Pokemon to be putting damage on. And then for a big attacker, we're going to be running an Azelf. Azelf is very, very simple to get out there, do a whole ton of damage with just 1 energy if you have the counter catcher. Or not the counter catcher, the counter gain. That's a really good way to be able to get ahead while you're behind. We're also running Blood Moon Ursaluna EX because we're typically going to be lagging behind when it comes to prize cards. And then we're also going to be running Cleffa for a little bit of draw to have somebody out there when we need it. As for the trainers, we're running the Accompanying Flute to try to fill up your opponent's bench to do more damage with Uxie, Buddy Buddy Poffin to find literally all of your Pokemon except for Frostlass and Blood Moon Ursaluna. Really, Buddy Buddy Poffin is still the king. We're running Counter Catcher because, again, we're kind of planning on sitting behind in prize cards. Earthen Vessels to find energies, Night Stretchers to get back the Uxies, the energies, anything like that. Pokegear because we're not running any sort of drawing engine in this deck. I don't think that this will be a bad idea. I do think that having a draw engine would be nice, but there's just not a ton of space for it in this deck. You could run a Pheasantipity EX, but the only problem is you're going to be putting in a 2 prize card for that situation. You don't really want to deal with it. It's even hard for me to put Ursaluna EX in here because, like, that's a ton of damage. If you need it at the end of the match, that's great, but, you know, typically it's not going to be on the bench if you can handle it. On top of that Pokegear, we've got a Super Rod to try and get more Pokemon back into the deck, Ultra Balls to go and find those Frostlass, sometimes you have a hard time with it, Artisan to find more basic Pokemon, Neutralization Zone, this is like the win condition at the very end of the match. If your opponent has put up all of their stadiums and they're just flopping around trying to do whatever they can with their EXs, their Roaring Moons, their Raging Bolts, chuck this out there and you just win. You just win, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Maybe they have a Vacuum, maybe they have a Roaring Moon EX that can get rid of it, but typically you're going to be good. Arven to find any kind of evolution. Maybe we get super lucky and pull out a Devo. TM Evolution, those are really helpful. Also, Buddy Buddy Poffin you can find with the Pokemon or with the item card. Arven is great in this deck. Hassel is really good because, again, you're gonna be getting your Pokemon knocked out. Any of them can be knocked out by one of the big decks, so having one of these guys in there just makes your game so much easier. Iono, because obviously. Irida is really good. She's gonna be rotating pretty soon, so I'm just gonna be using her until she's gone. Now, I don't think that she's like the make or break for a deck like this, but you gotta admit, being able to look up any water Pokemon and an item card and just have them is super useful. Lonizade is pretty good. It's similar to a Super Rod, but it's a little bit worse because it's a supporter, and also you can't do Pokemon with rule boxes. But they go into your hand instead of your deck, like a Super Rod would do. So super useful. Counter gain one more time just for the Azoth to be able to attack with that. Rescue board to be able to get a Frostlass out of there if you need to. TM Devo for your Charizards, for your Pidgeotos. TM Evolution is really good for getting your Frostlasses going. Hi. And then you fill up the rest of the deck with some Psychic Energy, and there you go. You have a deck. You have a really, really good spread deck that is frustrating for your opponents to play against, but unfortunately, there's some decks that could just walk right through it, and hopefully we don't run into any of those, but let's see. Also, we have a guest. It's Miku, my cat. She wants to be a part of this, so we're gonna we'll let her. Also, I'm a little bit sick, so if my voice gets raw, that's why. But besides that, let's get right into this deck and see what we can do. I'm excited. I haven't gotten to do a video like this before, and I've been looking to do it, so let's get into it. Are you chewing on that cord? Do you mind? Can you not? So you'll notice that also I'm super low in the league. Last time I got up to, gosh, I think it was Victini. I got up to Masters League, and it was going pretty well. But since Prismatic Evolution just came out, we're all reset back to super low. So we also have to get our rank up and try to get through this battle pass. First guy that's coming in, he has a deck that's made out of fire, supposedly. I don't know exactly how much you can look at your fire or your opponent's card sleeves and coin and stuff and really know what they're playing, but fire lends me to believe like maybe a Charizard EX deck. Could you imagine coming across a Charizard EX deck right now? All right, we flip a tails. We want to go first typically in this matchup because we want to get our Frostlass out ASAP. So if we can go first, that's always better. But also going second isn't that bad because you can try and get up your Uxie in a good way. I think that we're just going to start out with having the Cleffa up. This isn't a great hand to be starting out with. I would prefer to have an Uxie up front, but Cleffa isn't bad to start out the game with. Not at all. Yeah, oh, Moltres, what do you do? Pokemon's damage counter is 70 more damage. Okay, well, it's a good thing I'm not going to be doing damage for a little bit. That's nice. Okay. We're kind of being shafted this first round. We didn't get anybody buddy Poffin, nothing to set up, so unfortunately we just have to pass. I don't know how exactly to make this work, but we'll see. Typically right now we want to have at least 2 buddy Poffins done with Snorunt on the bottom so that they can be evolving next turn. But we're kind of floundering, so maybe they give us an Iono or something to try and get rid of some of these cards. I don't want to put out Neutralization Zone yet because there's absolutely no reason to. They're going to have a stadium, I'm sure, or some kind of a vacuum. So I would rather put up, I think we have Artisan in this deck as well. So if we can get up in Artisan, then that'll help us get set up. And also, they might want to replace it with one of their cards. They're running a Radiant Charizard as well. I have to imagine this is a Charizard EX deck, right? Like, this is a lot of fire Pokemon for this, but they went with Radzard instead of a Charmander? Okay, but I think that our next turn... Okay, so this turn... Wow, they passed too. What? This is just a crappy opening for all of us. I think that we're going to go ahead and do an Iono. Both of us have bad hands, but this is going to be more helpful for us than it is them. There we go. There's a Snorunt, so let's slap him down. Let's slap down an Uxie. We'll do Buddy Poffin. We're going to try to get out as many Snorunt as we can. This guy is going to be getting a lot of damage from that when all is said and done. Let's chuck down an Azoth. Do that as well since we get to Grasping Draw, get 7 cards in our hand. That's going to be a good first turn. A lot better. No Frostlass. That kind of sucks. I really would have liked to have gotten one of those out this turn, but it looks like it's not going to happen. What is their plan? I think that this next turn we're going to be putting a Psychic Energy on Uxie, retreating the Cleffa, but the only thing is they don't have anything out there. How worth it is it to put up an Uxie to put damage onto this guy to have him immediately do 90 damage? I don't think that that's worth it. Okay, they're starting to put out Pokemon on their bench, so it gets better to use a painful memories, but I don't know. Like, we can just sit back. If we can get some frickin' Azelf out, we can start getting some very clean Frostlass out onto this, and then damage both of these guys up here. Go for a buddy Poffin. We need more Pokemon out on your bench before we can start thinking about doing stuff. This guy can't even knock out a Cleffa with 1 energy. So I'm kind of okay with just leaving him out there and sitting back, letting them, the Frostlass, damage their ability Pokemon. I think that's what we want to do. It's kind of confusing. It's a weird opening because I wasn't able to get, like, if I had a TM Evo, that would be super useful here, but unfortunately we don't have it. And also not starting out with anything but a Cleffa, that did not help very much. This guy's taking a sweet time, my goodness. Energy search, yeah, he seems to be having a really hard time with energy. Let's see if he uses it right now or if he waits. I would imagine you use it right now. There's no reason not to. Yeah. Deck for a basic energy card. He's probably going to put that on the Moltres. Probably. I hope that he retreat. Well, he's not going to retreat it. There's no reason for him to. I'm trying to think if it's worth it to damage this guy. I don't think it is. I think we have to wait. Yeah, we'll let him knock out the Cleffa, I guess, while we get these 3 up. And then maybe we could just do a lot of damage to those. There we go. Okay, that's really clean. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's use an Irida. We're going to grab out a Frostlass. We have all 4 Frostlass in the deck. That's really nice. And then we are going to do an Ultra Ball so we can get out another Frostlass, I believe. Let's evolve this guy. Let's use an Ultra Ball. I don't think that Devo is going to be super useful, so I guess we can get rid of it. But first, we don't need another Buddy Poffin, just in case they end up running something crazy. We can get out another Frostlass. We can start getting damage on the board. Let's attach an energy to Uxie, because I'm sure they're going to be using it soon. Do I want to use Devo now so I can get another card during this draw? I don't think that we want to. I don't think that we do. I think we go for another draw. I think that's the right way to go. Okay, and then another Iona. That's good. And an Arven is helpful as well. This is going to start getting damage out on those guys. We can get a Snorunt hopefully in this next turn. That would be very useful. This guy's taking forever just to knock out a Cleffa. Like, I think that this was the right play to not put damage on him. He's still going to be getting damaged, which is great, but now all of a sudden he has draw, which isn't good. Let's see. I haven't seen whatever Growlithe he's got going on. I don't know if that, like, does... I don't know what a Growl... I would assume he has an Arcanine EX, probably. I haven't seen what that guy does yet. This guy really likes taking his time on his turns. Okay, there's a Magma Basin. That's good for us. He has no energy in his discard pile right now. So that's not going to do anything for him right now. But that's just going to put more damage counters onto his Pokemon, which is fantastic. I am A-okay with that. We're going to put up an Uxie. All of a sudden we have Counter Catcher now, which is very fun. Maybe we could put up a Barrel. But if we put up a Barrel, that's... I mean, he's not going to get knocked out very soon. That Growlithe has a 3 retreat cost? Really? Why? That's a lot. That's like a lot for a guy that I thought was supposed to be fast. I think that we put up somebody. That guy takes 3. That guy also takes 3. What is this? Attacks cost 1 less for each price card. Okay, so let's Counter Catcher up the Charizard. So we can actually start attacking and feeling better about it. He has 5. Let's No reason to Night Stretcher yet. Let's do an Arven so that we can get out another... so that we can get out another... Uh-oh. We don't have any more... Ooh, we don't have any more Azelf coming out here. Or Frostlass. Because we don't have a Ultra Ball. Okay, we must have prized one of them. Let's go ahead and grab also a rescue board. Rescue board will be useful just in case. Let's use an accompanying flute. Try to get out... Oh! My cat is so stupid. Holy crap. That way we can get out their whole entire bench. That's going to be a lot of damage that they're getting every single turn here. We're going to chuck... we're actually going to hold on to the rescue board just in case they pull up, so that they don't have a target to pull up or let's sit back. And then I want to use... I don't want to put out an Uxie yet. Let's use Painful Memories. Just like that. That's going to be useful. What does this do? Energy Guard with Disco Pilot to one of their benched fire Pokemon. That's going to be much nicer. Look at that. Look at that Bidoof. Already has 40 damage on it. That's what I'm talking about, dude. The spread deck goes so hard. It's crazy. And he doesn't have any EX. He doesn't have any 2-prizers out yet, so we can kind of just sit pretty and do some spread damage. He seems to be having a really hard time getting whatever Arcanines he's going to be using. He bosses, but that's why we kept the rescue board. So I'm A-okay with that. And he's using that supporter instead of any kind of draw supporter. I might hold on to these Ionos. I might hold on to them because I don't really need to do anything else. I could get another Frostlass. That'd be pretty nice, but it's not like it's gonna make or break anything. He pulls up a Snorunt. He's not going to be able to attack it this turn, I don't think. Unless he has a switch. He should have a switch. If I was playing a deck like this, I would have a switch, for sure. Because all of a sudden, those Infernal Wings are scary. Does he pull a switch out? Any way to get his Radiant Zard out? This next turn, Bidoof gets knocked out, and Bibarel does as well if I can get off an Uxie attack. So... He's kind of hurting for a Squirtin'. Like, I don't know what his plan is going to be here. He attaches an energy. We have to be a little bit careful about Combustion Blast. I think that we're good to go. So all of a sudden, we don't have... This counter thing does not work. Counter gain, that does not work anymore. So we need to be a little bit careful. Arven's good. We can find a... whatchamacallit. We can find a Earthen Vessel. Let's put up the Uxie. That's gonna do 2 damage. Man, I really want to get out. I really, really, really want to get out a, let's see if we can get an Irida. Oh my gosh! Yes! That's beautiful! Okay, Irida, give us another Frostlass, and then an Earthen Vessel. Look at that. That's exactly what we wanted. We are not going to worry about getting out a 4th Snorunt, I don't think, because we are doing really, really good on ability Pokemon. But I do need to get some kind of energy out. So let's use an Earthen Vessel. Let's load up the Azelf, just in case. And then we can check out another Frostlass. We've got 3 of them out. That's gonna be knocking out this Charizard, or that's not gonna knock out this Charizard next turn. That will knock out the Bibarel though. Do I have anything here that I need to pull out? No, not yet. Yeah, so let's just do another Painful Memories. We're sitting very pretty right now. Would be nice to get rid of that. Would be nice to get rid of that Moltres a little bit faster. But that's why we're bulking up this Azelf here. 1. That Radiant Charizard dies this next turn. He's not going to be able to attach 3 energy to this guy, or 2 energy to this guy, so he's not going to be able to do the attack. Her name's Miku, by the way. She's a sweetheart, but man, is she clingy as hell. She is clingy cat. Yeah, he has no draw card, or he has no supporters that are going to get him a new hand. The poor guy. That's got to be hurting him a lot. So this next turn, his Charizard is going to die, and then the Frostlass are all of a sudden not doing anything, which is a little bit sucky. But hopefully we can get out this guy, and then we can use an Azelf attack to get a lot of damage out. Oh, hi. Oh, thank you so much. I don't know... I don't know why he's taking so long. Is he scared? It feels like he might be a little bit scared. He knows that his Zard is going to die. The question is his Moltres going to survive? I don't think so, because we're going to be able to get out... I assume he's going to pull out his Moltres, right? To attack with it, with the big attack? But the only thing is, like, the second he does... All of a sudden, we're doing... Wait, why? You're not going to be able to attack with him. Yeah, what? He just threw away a tool, I guess? I don't know why. Nice. Very cool. That's a very, very good place to be. Oh, evolution. We can't really use it anymore. That's too bad. What do you got? I'm gonna see if I can get a... I'm gonna see if I could get a rescue board, I think. A rescue board so I can get out the Uxie without having to discard that energy. It's not the worst thing in the world to discard the energy, but I'd prefer not to. Man, that guy takes his time, doesn't he? Okay, so since he didn't put up the Moltres, I'm okay with just doing some more painful memories, really. I don't think that we really even need to do anything right now. I will attach an energy to... Let's attach it to the Azelf, just so that we know for sure we have an attacker, and then I don't need to do anything else. We just get to sit here with a very pretty Uxie move. And all of these painful memories are going to end up just powering up the Azelf to be able to make sure he can knock out the Moltres, which I'm happy with. He doesn't have any more Pokemon with abilities that he's putting out, which is kind of sucky, because there go, like, all three of those Frostlass are now not doing anything. But I think it's more so that he's worried about putting out anything else with an ability, because, like, it's just not going to work. He's going to put out Pokemon with abilities and just make me way stronger. So this guy is pretty afraid of what's going on. He attaches an energy to the Growlithe, which is going to kill it next turn. I don't know what this guy's plan is. I'm not going to lie. I think he might just be floundering a little bit. We'll attach to the Uxie to make sure that we have another one. And even if he attacks me, I still have so much damage that I can do here. I'm just going to do the same thing. Same thing. Knock out one Growlithe and get the Moltres just a little bit closer. I assume he's going to try it. Why does Growlithe have so much retreat cost? That makes it so hard for him to get back. Also, he doesn't seem to be playing any Switch. Does he concede? It feels like he should probably be conceding here. He's going to be able to get maybe one of my Pokemon. He's probably going to get my Uxie, but that's it. Mela? You can use attach a basic fire energy card from discard pile of one of your Pokemon. Okay, and he gets to draw one card for that? The poor guy. He just isn't catching a break with this, is he? Okay, there's the Arcanine EX. 10 damage for more each. Okay, so that's kind of nasty. That's kind of gross, but... And no abilities, too, which is a little sucky. That Pokemon... that Pokemon is a little bit difficult against the deck that I have set up, huh? Because now all of a sudden he's doing 110 damage for 2 fire energy. The question is he going to be able to find those energy before I get out? Neurokinesis is going to do 10 plus 80, 90 plus 80, so 170 plus... That's not quite enough. So we might have to do another Uxie turn. We might have to do another Uxie turn, which is fine. Charizard EX. He does have Charizard EX? Wait, that wasn't even the cool Charizard EX. Which one was that? Which Charizard was this? He discarded a rare candy for this thing? All of his cards do more things when I have... All of his cards do more things when they have damage counters on them. That's crazy. Okay, so let's do an Uxie turn. I have so many cards here, but like there's no reason to be doing anything with them. So let's just do Painful Memories again. Yeah, I don't need to attach an energy. Painful Memories, that's more damage that the Arcanine EX gets to do, but then I'm pretty sure that my Azelf can now knock out the Arcanine EX. And as long as we knock him out, like this next turn we'll put out the we'll put up the other Uxie, which will get rid of the Moltres. Or if this is enough damage... Oh my god, he does have a switch. What? Okay, so I'm looking for some kind of a gust. Right? If I can get a gust to bring up the Arcanine EX. Well, no, because I have so many Pokemon. I have so much time. He's got 5 prize cards that he needs to get, and I only have single prize card Pokemon. So I can put out another Uxie, do more damage. But I would really like some kind of a counter catcher, but I wouldn't be able to counter catch. Let's put out an Uxie. I think that we just knock out this guy, right? Oh, it's a little bit goofy. It's a little weird. We could do a few more. See, if the Frostlass were doing their thing, this would be so much cleaner, because then all of a sudden, every single one of them is getting knocked out. Oh, I have a Devo. I could just Devo this guy this next turn. Okay. Cool. So that should be game, right? As long as he doesn't shuffle any of my cards anywhere. But then my odds of getting like an Arven are pretty high, I guess, because I have only used 2, right? I have used 1. So, yeah, the odds of me getting into their Arven are high. He should probably just concede. Unless... Oh, he's going to go for a kill. Well, good for him, I guess. That's, I'm pretty sure that it's over, though. I can't see a way for him to win this. He bosses? What does he boss? Does he boss a Frostlass? An Azelf? What is this guy doing? Why would he do that? Does he know that he just dies this next turn? I guess he doesn't know I have a Devo. So technically we could be here for a whole lot longer, right? Like we could technically lose this, but he doesn't know that I have a Devo. And the Devo is going to be nasty. Artisan, let's chuck that up there just for fun. I want to be silly, but I'm just not going to. I have a bad habit of doing that kind of thing. We have a Devo. Let's go ahead and Devo. That should just kill this guy outright. For game. That's the last prize card. There you go. This deck is really fun in matchups like this. The only thing is, he did not have a lot of Pokemon out that were dealing with or that had abilities. So it was like I kind of just had to have half of my bench doing nothing all game. Kind of sucky, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. And it looks, oh, dang! And we leveled up too. What did we get? Did we get fun stuff? Trainer points. Yeah, they just changed it to be these weird things, and they look boring as hell. Wow, trainer points. Wow, that's crazy. They're not crystals or anything. They're not cool. Collect. We got a battle pass too. I'm curious to see what this is. Let's see what we get. Because God knows I'm not getting a Prismatic Evolutions IRL, so we may as well get what we get on. Professor's Research, dude. Rowan, he's so cool. Wait, was that a cool one? Oh, it's a Pokeball one. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's super cool. Huh. And Larry's school. We love Larry. I'm happy with that. That first one went just about as good as it could. The only thing is, I would have liked to have had more, more Pokemon with abilities out there. Okay, so I see a guy in Snorlax garb, and I think, is he playing Stall? Is he playing Stall for one last month? I don't know. Well, I hope not. I hope not. Stall is just kind of the worst. But I haven't seen somebody play Stall in this version of the game, so maybe. Okay, it looks like we did get a Buddy Buddy Poffin, which is nice, and we did get a Snow Run out, but it's going to be kind of sucky to have to retreat this guy. Let's see what happens with this guy. And we have an Irida for next turn, too. So we could definitely have at least a Frostlass going, which is nice. Do I have any Switch in this deck? I'm not running any Switch in this deck. He's got a Grookey deck? Okay, so it's Festival Lead, right? That's gotta be what it is. With this one, let's grab out... Gosh. Well, Festival Lead, all of them are gonna have abilities, right? Oh, this is tough. Let's go for 2 Snorunt. Like that. Maybe not the best idea. Maybe not the best idea, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna misplay a lot, by the way, so don't feel bad if I do. We'll attach an energy there. And then I think we'll just call it. We'll call it. I'm gonna get another Buddy Buddy Poffin this next round with Irida. And then we'll be able to retreat, hopefully, this next turn. What is he going to get? Applin, Goldeen. Yep. Yep, it's Festival Lead. Dude, this is going to be this is going to be a big damage game. You got 2 Applin from Bugcatcher side? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's so annoying. All of these Pokemon are going to be getting Frostlass, though. So that's, like, kind of dope. That's, like, kind of really cool. He's got an Arven. What's he going to do with it? What's he gonna get? He could get... I haven't played against a lot of Festival Lead decks, so... Okay. TM Evo. TM Evo would be a good one for him to use right now. Is he gonna get any energy cards? No, he just grabs 2 Diplin. I'm curious how this is gonna go out. I don't know. Each energy that has energy attached can't be affected by special conditions. Okay. There's our energy. That's super nice. Let's use Irida. We're going to pull out a Frostlass, and we're going to pull out a Buddy Buddy Poffin. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he knew what was coming, I guess. I'm telling you, this deck just makes people... It messes with their brain, and I don't know why, because it's not like it's that fantastic or anything. It's just... Maybe it's a lot for them to deal with. I don't know. Let's go again. So we haven't gone up against any really hard matches, which is confusing to me because typically I have a much harder time going up against Pokemon decks in this game. But, you know, maybe it's just what happens when you're playing on a Saturday afternoon. I don't know. Okay, so I lost the coin flip. Let's see if he wants to go first or second. I am A-okay with going second or first. Both of them work really well with this deck. Typically, so I'm learning that I tend to follow, like, a flow chart, right? If I'm playing the game, I want to know, like, what am I going for next in certain situations. In this deck, going first or second? That's a super weird hand to get. That's crazy. What? That's super weird. Okay, well, it looks like we have just 2 Frostlass ready. Okay, so this will probably be... Gosh, do I want to say Charizard? I don't know if I want to say Charizard EX necessarily, but it could be. He immediately instant charges. Okay, must have been a little bit of a dud turn. Energy. Let's grab out... in Uxie. No more Snowrunts. That's a little spooky. We'll grab out 2 Uxie. I don't see why not. Let's attach an energy to the Uxie. No more Snowrunts? The max that we get to have is 2, huh? That's pretty sucky. I'm just gonna whiff this one so that we can have another Grasping Draw. Like that. Yeah, that's a little tough, but not the end of the world. Let's hope that we don't get shuffled. Let's hope that we don't get Iono'd, because I kind of like this hand. I like the ability to be able to put out 2 Frostlass right away. I might chuck up an Artisan, too. Okay, a Lumineon. That's a free 2 prize cards for me. I'm happy with that. Is he going to get an Arven? He's going to use Arven? Yeah, he's got a 10-card hand. There's no reason for him to be doing anything else. He's going to be able to rare candy this Pidgey, I would assume, this turn, right? Sparkling Crystal? What is that for? Oh, it's a Dragapult deck. Okay, that Dragapult is a little bit sucky to go up against. Dragapult is a little hard for sure, because we have to deal with no abilities on the Dragon Bolt EXs. Let's get Rare Candy. Yep, Rare Candy, your Pidgey. That's okay. I'm okay with it because it gives him a ability that we get to capitalize off of. He doesn't get to shuffle this turn. I can't believe that we prized 2 of our snow runs. That is going to hurt us big time in the long run. That's really, really, really sucky. For real. Is he going to be able to get up as second Pokemon? He won't be able to evolve it this turn, but he's going to evolve it next turn. Let's see. Instant charge. Okay, so let's do 2 Frostlass. Let's get 2 Frostlass out. Counter gain. That's probably going to be useful, yeah. 1, 2 right there, just like that. Let's get out an Artisan. We're not gonna get a snow run out of this, but let's at least look through. Should we get the Azelf ready? Yeah, because it's gonna be a long time till we get a Pokemon evolved here. Let's go ahead and retreat the Cleffa, put up an Uxie. Let's see if we can't make them use up their stadiums. I would assume they're running 2. 2 seems to be the standard. Maybe a vacuum, but it's kind of hard to tell. Let's do this. Painful Memories. That's going to get out plenty of damage on the board right now. And then this is going to be 20 more damage on each of those Pokemon. That's very nice. We don't have any draw cards right now, which is going to be hurting us in a little bit here. I assume that they're going to get 2 Dragon Bolt EXs out, right? A Dracloak? Okay. 1 Dracloak. This is Dragon Bolt EX. No, it's another... Okay, it's another Dracloak. Oh, and they're... God, this deck is nasty. They're running a Dusclops, too? Huh. What would you go after? You'd probably go after a Frostlass, right? Turo scenario. What's he pulling up? Okay. Yep. The Minion. And he swaps it out for what? Another Dusk. Okay, cool. So he is going to be targeting whatever I have in my backline, I'd assume. Possibly he goes after the 2 Frostlass. Yeah, probably. Let's see if he should be pulling out a Stadium in a little bit here, right? What stadiums do these decks run? And any turn, he can just go and grab whatever stadium he wants, so... I don't know what's going to happen here. Is it a stadium? I want him to pull out a stadium, and then I'd like to put out my own other stadium. Not Neutralization Zone, because he doesn't have any EXs yet, but that's going to be so useful. More damage on the board. That's really nice. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Next turn, I'll be able to get him down in energy. Okay. Where do I want to put this? Do I want to put this on the Azelf? I think I want to put it on the Azelf. I would assume I'm just going to be getting knocked out, though, right? Probably. We do have the Ursaluna just in case, which is nice. Let's do another Painful Memories. I'm definitely gonna get Dusknored or Dusclops this turn. I would assume it's Dusknoir. That's a lot of damage out there, though. He's probably gonna try to take out the Frostlass right away, right? I hope that he evolves this Dracloak so I can swap up an Azelf. Yeah, he should knock out, I would assume, the Uxie. Put 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon. Does he do 2? Does he do 2 Dusknoirs? Man, that quick search is one hell of a thing to fight against. Every turn, just find whatever you want. A Dusclops. Is he gonna go after the Azelf? Or the Frostlass? Yeah, the Azelf. Okay, so he's gonna be knocking out the Azelf this turn. Smart. But I would prefer him go after the Azelf instead of my Frostlass. Is he gonna rare candy Dusclops a Frostlass? That's probably what I would do. But he's giving me prize cards. The only thing is, I don't do better with prize cards. Is the thing. And he really likes Artisan out there, so... The second I put out Neutralization Zone, though, he's gonna find it. He's gonna find a stadium and just whip it out there. Does Dragapult EX run a stadium? It must, right? I don't know which one it would, though. What's he finding? A Dusclops? I would assume he's not running 2 Dusclops. But typically, it's 1 Dusclops, right? A Dragapult EX. Okay, so that sucks because he's getting rid of... He's getting rid of any abilities on the board right now. I assume he Phantom Dives the Azelf. That knocks out the Uxie, which is really going to suck because we don't have any draw for any kind of energy either. This is kind of like a ticking clock match where we really want to see... things going slower on his end. This is where Bidoof would probably be really nice in this deck, where all of a sudden now he can't evolve any of his Pokemon or do anything about it. He takes out 3 of my Pokemon in 1 shot. Yeah, that's really, really icky. Well, we'll be able to have Frostlass out there doing something. Let's put up an Uxie. Freezing Shroud is going to do a little bit of damage to those guys. He got rid of the damage on the Dragapults, which is sucky. Man, he just gets to do Phantom Dive for 1 energy every single turn. That's crazy. Okay, so I think that we need to grab out the energy. Let's grab out the energy like that. I think that we have to use Neutralization Zone here. We can pray that he prized a stadium or something, but... I don't know exactly how that's going to turn out. Let's check out Blood Moon Ursaluna so that he has a little bit more of a hard time dealing with it. And then let's use Artisan, even if we don't grab something, that's okay. I don't want to get out any more Pokemon for him to attack. Check out a Neutralization Zone. Again, I don't think that's going to be doing very much. But we can do... more of that. Maybe I should have gotten out the Azelf, honestly, but I don't think that would have been very helpful. 160. So if I don't get knocked out this turn, Rotom V just dies. He's going to have a stadium, though. He's going to find some way to get rid of it, right? This deck has to be running a stadium. I don't know enough about it. Otherwise, he's just stuck with his Duskulls, which is really funny. which is really, really, really funny if all he could do is Duskull me to death. Or maybe Tracloak me to death. The fact that he's not immediately going and searching for a stadium... Okay. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't have one. Or maybe he puts one on right now. Okay, a Dusclops. What is he going to do? Take out a Frostlass? Frostlass or Blood Moon Ursaluna? Or Uxie? He does all of the damage to a Blood Moon Ursaluna. Really? Give me a Snorunt. Honestly, that's fine. I'll take it. Wow. So he doesn't have a stadium to fight this. That's really funny, dude. That's so funny. Puts out another Dreepy. 70, 80. If we can get rid of this... If we can get rid of this Rotom. Oh, do we lose? We lose next turn. No. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Next turn. Okay, so next turn we lose unless we can manage to pull 4 prize cards right now. Which, uncommon. Maybe we get super lucky and pull out a Devo. That would be really nice to get a Devo right now. That'd be a lot of knockouts, I think. Right? Enough? Okay. Wait, that's insane. Counter Catcher? What would we counter Catcher up? Huh. This is weird. Let's counter Catcher up a Dreepy. Doesn't matter which one. Slap this on him. Do I need more energy yet? No, but let's do Buddy Buddy Poffin. Let's grab out one of each of those. We can Earthen Vessel of Frostlass. Grab out 2 energy. Let's attach an energy to... I mean, let's just hope and pray that we get a counter thing. Counter gain. And then let's use Devo. That's going to do a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. We win! Holy crap, dude. No way! Did we pull it back from the... What? Bro, the Devo play is ridiculous! Because Frostlass takes out the Rotom. What? Oh my god, dude. That is crazy. Let's give him a thumbs up for that one. Dude. Holy crap. I prized 2 snow runs and had a 5 prize card turn with a Devo play. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That is, that's pretty cool. This deck's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we got 2? Oh my gosh. Wow, we got 3 rewards for it? Let's see it. Okay, trainer points, whatever. That Vaporeon is so pretty. That is so pretty. Could you imagine having this card in person? Oh, hi. Welcome. All right, and a pack. Let's see what we get. A Pidoo! Oh my god, finally. Okay, that's gonna be super helpful. A beautiful Curing card. Very nice. And Arca-Ruldon. Whatever. Cool, we won. So that's gonna end this video. We did 3 matches and managed to do pretty darn well. I'm not gonna lie, we won all 3. That's not normal, by the way. A lot of these TCG live videos will be like, I go in and I win all 4 games that I play, but then really they're just editing around the ones that they didn't win. Not this one. This was 100% just straightforward all the way through, and what do you know? What do you know? Spread is really good against decks that don't know how to play against it. So that's going to be the end of this video. We are hopefully going to try to do one of these a week, I think, for time being, until we could get a lot bigger, and then we'll start doing a lot of these. I would love to put one of these out a day. The only thing is I have a 9-to-5 job, and so it's not the easiest, but if you guys like it, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to let me know what decks you want to see. I would be willing to play just about anything except for meta. I can't stand playing decks that everybody else is playing. It's not my jam. So that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for the next one. Bye-bye.